What happens when you combine raw talent, an unrelenting will to win, and just a sprinkle of chaos? You get Jon Bones Jones, the man who turned MMA into a spectacle of skill, drama, and occasional tabloid headlines. He's not just a fighter, he's an enigma. One moment, he's delivering flawless performances in the octagon. The next, he's trending on social media for reasons that could make his PR team break into a sweat. But what makes Jon Jones such a polarizing figure? Let's dive into the wild ride that is Jon Bones Jones' career.
Oh man, the point of the elbow right in the eye socket.
Early life and background. Bones in the making. Jon Jones was born on July 19th, 1987, in Rochester, New York. Growing up in a devoutly Christian household, Jones and his siblings were taught the values of discipline and hard work. His father, a pastor, probably hoped his son would spread the gospel. Did Jon follow in his dad's footsteps? Well, he did, kind of. Except his sermons involved spinning elbows and chokeholds. The Jones family wasn't just talented, they were athletically stacked. Arthur Jones became an NFL defensive lineman, while Chandler Jones became an NFL superstar. But Jon chose a different path: combat sports. In high school, Jones was a standout wrestler, winning a state championship and earning the nickname Bones for his slim build. Who knew those bones would grow into one of the deadliest frames in sports? What if he hadn't chosen MMA? Given his creativity, he might have been the next Picasso. Except instead of brushes, he paints with fists. The leap into MMA. An instant sensation. After a brief stint in college, Jones turned to MMA to support his growing family. Starting in 2008, he burst onto the scene like a wrecking ball, racking up a 6-0 record in just a few months. His unorthodox style, blending creative striking with strong wrestling, caught the UFC's attention immediately. Was he always this good? From day one, Jones didn't just win. He made his opponents look like they wandered into the wrong sport. His UFC debut against Andre Guzmão was a masterclass in unpredictability. Fans couldn't believe this rookie was pulling off moves most veterans wouldn't dare attempt. Did he throw a spinning elbow in his first fight? Of course he did. For Jones, it's not just a move, it's a love language. The championship era, a record-breaking run. In 2011, Jones faced Mauricio "Shogun" Rua for the UFC light heavyweight title. At just 23 years old, he didn't just win. He annihilated Shogun, becoming the youngest champion in UFC history. How dominant was he? Let's put it this way. If the octagon were a chessboard, Jones would have been Bobby Fischer and his opponents. Pawns. Jones embarked on one of the most impressive title reigns in MMA history, defending his belt against legends like Quinton Rampage, Jackson, Lyoto Machida, and Vitor Belfort. What's his secret? Adaptability. Jones doesn't just fight, he problem solves. Whether it's outstriking a striker or out-wrestling a wrestler, he's always one step ahead. Rivalries, the stuff of legends. No Jon Jones story is complete without mentioning his rivalries, especially with Daniel Cormier. Their feud was a mix of bad blood, trash talk, and a few physical altercations that had UFC president Dana White reaching for aspirin. Why was it so intense? Jones and Cormier were polar opposites. DC was the clean-cut Olympian. Jones was the brash prodigy with a flair for controversy. Their fights lived up to the hype. Jones won the first bout at UFC 182 via unanimous decision, solidifying himself as Cormier's kryptonite. The rematch. A vicious head kick ended it, leaving no doubt about who reigned supreme. Did DC ever forgive him? let's just say their Christmas cards are probably still lost in the mail. Another iconic rivalry was with Alexander Gustafsson. Their first fight at UFC 165 pushed Jones to his absolute limit, with Gustafsson landing significant strikes. Did Jones almost lose? Almost. But then he remembered he's Jon Jones and turned the tide in the later rounds. The controversies. A roller coaster outside the cage. If Jones's fights are a masterclass in precision, his life outside the cage is, well, a reality show. From DUIs to hit-and-run incidents and multiple failed drug tests, Jones has had his share of setbacks. Does controversy follow him? More like it sprints after him with a megaphone. Despite these hiccups, Jones remains one of the most resilient fighters. His ability to bounce back is legendary, proving that no scandal can keep Bones down for long. So is he the villain or the hero? That depends on who you ask, but one thing's for sure, he's box office gold. The heavyweight dream. Big risks, bigger rewards. In 2020, Jones vacated his light heavyweight title and set his sights on the heavyweight division. Many doubted whether the lanky champion could handle the big boys, but Jones thrives on proving people wrong. Fast forward to his heavyweight debut, and Jones silenced the skeptics with a commanding victory. Did he bulk up? Oh, absolutely. Jones transformed from bones to boulders. At heavyweight, Jones showcased the same creativity and fight IQ that made him unstoppable at light heavyweight. It's clear his story is far from over. Fighting style. The artist in the octagon. Jones' fighting style is a blend of unpredictability, precision, and outright audacity. Whether it's a spinning back elbow, a standing guillotine choke, or a perfectly timed takedown, he keeps fans and opponents on their toes. Wait, did he really use his toes to stop a fight? Yes, against Vitor Belfort, who nearly submitted Jones with an armbar. Jones escaped and used his toes to prop himself up during a ground-and-pound finish. Who else thinks of that mid-fight? His ability to adapt to any situation cements his legacy as one of the greatest martial artists ever. Legacy. The GOAT debate. Jones has shattered records left and right. Youngest UFC champion. Most title defenses at light heavyweight. Longest unbeaten streak. Is he the GOAT? If greatness is measured by talent, accolades, and controversy, then Jon Jones is not just the GOAT. He's the whole farm. Jon Bones Jones's career is the ultimate MMA saga. From humble beginnings to record-breaking achievements, rivalries that redefined the sport, and a knack for creating headlines, Jones's legacy is as layered as his fight game. What's next for Jon Jones? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the legacy of Bones is far from over. So, what made Jon Jones unstoppable? Simple. Relentless training, unshakable confidence, and a level of creativity that's borderline unfair. And that's why when you hear the name Jon Bones Jones, you're hearing the story of one of the greatest fighters of all time.